Oh, that's good. You know who won't be able to watch and see it?
Stop.
Elton John, because he has lost his vision.
The way you segue.
Isn't that great?
That's horrible.
Who will not be watching the Elton John documentary. Elton John.
It's the Pop Report.
So juicy.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
That's one I have not heard you sing.
No, well, because I don't listen to that one often.
Doesn't mean you need to.
Well, it has to like penetrate the brain so that it you know.
Penetrate.
Mm-hmm. You know, it has been on my mind a lot lately.
Tell me.
I like my suitcase. Suitcase. I go to school now.
I have purse is on my mind constantly.
Merce
Merce
is in the
purse. How is she? You've been
Good.
hanging out with her lately.
She's good.
Great.
What's your life catch up? Anything exciting happen? I haven't seen you since your Friendsgiving dinner.
I know. I was sick. Remember that day? Zack held down the Pop Report by himself somehow, some way. Did some pretty decent impersonations, if you will give him that.
People loved my impersonations of
I
you.
saw a couple comments and I woke up to what is this, mama? But
why did people complain?
no, someone
In your
said
DMs?
Andy would say that. And other times it was like, interesting. Have you noticed interesting has become the new bless your heart? It's like no comment or comment. Interesting.
I just say cute.
That's the gay version.
Cute.
Interesting is the Miranda Cosgrove general for also straight people. Gay people say cute.
Cute.
Is it though?
Interesting?
Cute.
Sure.
One time I pulled up to a house that was very, very well off house. And I said, this house is it's cute. And they go, do you just call a mansion that was millions of dollars cute? I go, yeah. I'm like, in my mind, it's kind of ugly, but it's still worth a lot of money.
Yeah?
Anyway, things been good. I don't know. I feel like the holidays, things just fucking move. Like, it just plows into another event after another event, to a birthday, to a Friendsgiving, to a holiday mixer, to a holiday dinner. I'm tired already. And it's already, beginning of December?
Yeah, I feel like the first 3 weeks leading up to Christmas are crazy busy, and then after that everything shuts down for the final 2 weeks, which is my favorite because LA is like Armageddon.
Empty. Armageddon.
There's nothing. It's
it was great. I was like, this city would be so great to live in if there wasn't any more people coming in.
Yeah,
leave and don't come back.
Yeah.
So no, Zach and I had Friendsgiving. Zach held down the Pop Report.
Mm-hmm.
I've been covering events. That's why you see me dressed up today. I did a carpet today, and I was like, here I am.
Wait, did your boyfriend have a review of me this time? Because he did not get me drunk at this event.
Did you two even talk?
Yeah, we talked so much. I tried to get him drunk.
He was medicated on NyQuil and DayQuil.
Yeah.
So
he was very lovely.
And you were also lovely.
I'm always lovely.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, if you love the Pop Report.
And I didn't get into any fights with anybody this time. I didn't.
I wouldn't say fights, like little discussions.
I'm very good. I'm the straw that stirs the cocktail. I keep the room moving.
Girl, nothing needs a stirring sometimes. Sometimes you just got to let it sit and simmer. Anyway, if you love the Pop Report in this banter, you know what to do. Tell her, girl.
Subscribe, do all the things, give us all the engagement. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us a 5-star review and let us know what you're enjoying about the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, you can leave a comment, you can subscribe, and you can show us some love.
Show up or show out. And also, if you really love the Pop Report and want to find more, we're having a giveaway on our social right now. So go to Instagram and go to @thepop_report, and you'll find out how you can win this giveaway because, girl, we got this hefty giveaway.
Yes, it's great. Listen, if you need a gift for yourself for the holiday season, or you want some gifts that you can give out to other people, this giveaway will have you covered for yourself, for others, whatever you need.
Cosmetics, bags, Preparation H.
Yeah,
if you know, you know.
Andy has an endorsement deal.
That I wouldn't call it that. Anyway, on to what really matters. Going to Instagram and finding us, follow the Pop Report for a chance to win. Go see it. Anyway, Music Mayhem. Or do you want to start with our Hot in the Headline? I completely missed that.
Well, I mean, I feel like our Hot in the Headlines is part of Music Mayhem.
So, we kind of got in this a little bit before we even started this episode. Beyonce has been named Billboard's #1 pop artist of the 21st century over Taylor Swift. I think you can't compare them. They're different.
They're very different. They are very different. I don't know if well, the hard part is, and like producer Jack said, we're talking about this being the artist of the century, and we're only not even a full quarter into the century. Like we're only in 2024. That like this is a bit of a premature decision for us to be making. And personally, I think if these were the two options that we had to like, play with, I feel like Taylor Swift is more culturally relevant in the 2021st century and has been more consistently, putting out music that has been more popular. I feel like Beyonce's era was like the early 2000s going into the 2010s, but like in recent years, she hasn't been as popular or active, I guess is a better way.
I mean, think of it this way. Beyonce, very active, very outspoken in the 2000s, very much would give the interview, would talk to the publications, and now she is a legacy artist. Yeah. She's in that. Taylor's been around for what, like 10 to 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
Like early, late 2000s.
Yeah.
And Beyonce's been in girl groups. She's done it. She's like, I am Beyonce. She doesn't say that in the mirror. She's like, I am Beyonce.
I feel like Beyonce had her peak around like 2006, 2007, which is the same. That's when she reached like her highs. It was after Destiny's Child. She was, really pursuing her solo career. And that's where I think she had like the top. She was really dominating the charts. She was dominating the music. Well, I mean, come on. What have we gotten lately? Cowboy Carter and the Alien Superstar?
I'll give you a notch to that. I would say Lemonade. I think was like her biggest, at least buzzworthy moment, like in my personal opinion, on the way that she was.
Because of the scandal.
Because of the scandal. Because of the visual album that she produced for it.
Didn't even watch it.
Must I say anything? All the people who, Adele, that famous speech. Beyonce, my friends love you, like my black friends love you. Like
because Beyonce didn't want to die. I mean, because Adele didn't want to die.
That's that conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But I think that's where she had like a big interpretation where people like wanted to reference Partition. They wanted to reference like the yellow dress and swinging a baseball bat. I think that, in my opinion, was like, whether it's around that time or that I think after Lemonade, things like had some ups and downs.
I mean, I just remember like Beyonce was really popular when I was in like middle school and high school. But like after that, like I didn't listen to Lemonade. I couldn't name 3 songs off of that album. I never watched the visual album. It was a moment in pop culture for sure, but it wasn't like there's still a gap between that early 2010s era to the Lemonade, and then since then there hasn't been a whole lot. Whereas I feel like Taylor Swift has consistently, because Taylor Swift came on the scene in 2006, she became really popular in the country music world, and then has continued to evolve and grow, and has been even a bit genre bending from when she went from country to more pop music.
Genre bending?
Yeah, because like Beyonce tried it. She went from the music that she was doing, and then she tried to dabble into country, and that really didn't land. Whereas I feel like Taylor Swift, she was able to do a whole Eras tour because she had multiple eras throughout her career.
Yes.
That was, able to put together a production like that. Whereas Beyonce's last tours were focused on Cowboy Carter or the Alien thing that is themed to that one album. Whereas Taylor Swift was able to show us the legacy that she's built through her music specifically. Beyonce also was able to stay culturally relevant through her acting gigs and through other things that made her mainstream pop culture. Whereas Taylor Swift, if this is solely about music, I think Taylor Swift has consistently built an empire for herself in the music genre. And I'm not even the biggest Taylor Swift fan.
I will say I saw Renaissance. I did that over the Eras tour. That was my...
That's the Alien Superstar one.
Correctamundo.
Got it.
I saw the Renaissance tour. I just think we both can probably agree that both artists have oversaturated like the amount of releases at times. Like Taylor did Folklore, and like Beyonce did Cowboy Carter, and she also did Renaissance. Hot take. I just feel that both artists, it was so much for me to consume at once. When people drop a full album, I think that's really hard at once. No single lead ups or anything. And people were like, I love it. I get it all at once. I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, be Katy Perry's California Girls. Make that album discography last a 3-year run, a 4-year run, go on tour for 2 years. That's what people do for their sophomore albums. It's a very big methodology, but I feel like Cowboy Carter came and went.
Yeah.
Like that's I think if they had some good album rollout, like some singles to it, I think we'd have a different conversation about it. But people do, as they say, hold
Cowboy
space.
Carter was not a good album. Like, we can't lie to ourselves about that. But like,
take your opinions and put them on a podcast. You know?
It was not a good album. Listen, I love old school Beyonce, you know, but it is just, I don't think she's in order to name somebody the album or the artist of the century, first of all, nobody's going to be the artist of the century because nobody's going to live a full century. I think Billboard could break it down to like the artist of the decade, right? And I would give Beyonce.
That's a big, yes.
I would give Beyonce the 2000s, and I would give Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't even know if I would give Taylor Swift maybe I would give her the 2010s.
Her Reputation,
yeah,
looking at everything.
But I mean, we're in 2024, so that she's still kind of going, and I feel like Taylor's still building, that I feel like she could even take on
You wouldn't
the
give Britney the
2020s.
2000s? Think about it.
No,
come back to me.
No, but Britney was also a lot more popular in the late 90s, too.
Yeah.
That she kind of was in the cusp of that.
I know. I just think of Pepsi. You know, Pepsi's Pepsi. I can't pick.
Pepsi.
And anyway, our music, we covered a lot of ground on our Hot in the Headlines, so congrats to us. If you have different opinions, it's okay. We don't have to agree on Beyonce and Taylor or both, but just don't compare them. Like, they're two different girls, even though we kind of did some small comparison. But I think overall, in our music news, we have some other interesting things. I don't know if you really care for this, Zack, or if you know about this.
Okay.
But do you know about the hype behind Kendrick Lamar?
What hype? Wasn't he in a feud?
Yes, correct. Okay, cool. So SZA and Kendrick are going on tour.
Okay.
So big news. Like, people are really excited. Very much a lot of audiences love the two of them together. They collaborate together. So that was the biggest thing. I feel like we spent a lot of time on our Beyonce Taylor story that is basically music and hot headlines in one. But our other thing that people are making the rounds about right now is LL Cool J.
Wait, but what happened with SZA and Kendrick?
That's it. I'm just telling you.
Oh, they're going on tour together?
Yeah, they're going on tour.
So then why do I have to know about them?
Because I just wanted to tell you.
Oh, but you made it seem like, do you know about them? Because I have a big story I'm about to break.
Because Kendrick had
the
feud,
relevant.
and I'm like, cool, he answered it.
The feud with Drake.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the big feet? No, that's Megan and
Bigfoot.
Nikki.
Yes.
Got it.
Cool. The big thing making its rounds is LL Cool J claiming he's the most important rapper of all time.
Well, there's our artist of the century.
I feel like you who does not know music as much can agree that this statement, before I even read you some of the quotes, is very, would you say, what? Claiming he's the greatest rapper of all time. Or he's the most important rapper of all time. How do you feel about that statement?
It's very Kanye, and it's also very, I don't want to say delusional, but like, I mean, come on. When's the last time we were like, yeah, LL Cool J?
I mean, I can't tell you when, but like, he is saying he went on and did an interview, but yeah, he did the Apple Music Le Code interview, and he said, quote, "I'm going to say this humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are going to wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe that one day people are going to say that." It continues. There's more. He said, they're going to say, look, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy that introduced all the diamonds and the ice and the jewelry and the champagne. He also went on to say, they're going to say when it comes to the love songs, they're going to say, this is the guy that introduced the love songs and all the love shit. So when it comes to the bad boy vibes, they're going to realize this is also the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes when it comes to before it was done. So, I mean, he's done some things for culture. Like, the term GOAT came from him. Greatest of all time. I can't fight that. That's a culturally big, significant thing. I wouldn't say we're like up in arms and you're like, LL Cool J, bring him back, make him headline Coachella,
If LL Cool J was performing at Coachella, he would not be the headliner. He would be in the smaller print further down.
Yeah.
Was he high when he was making these statements? Because they are very, like, there's a lot of delusions of grandeur, and there's a lot of, like, you know, he thinks he's really, listen, I like LL Cool J. I love the song he did with J-Lo. It's hard to control myself. It's hard to control myself. Oh my God, that was so fun. That was like a 2006 bop too.
Another.
You got the things that make me want to be bad.
And that's your theme song.
Do you know that song?
Yes.
Do you really? What's the name of that song?
I'm not going.
She said her name's Shaida. I could tell that
So,
her mama Fida.
Did you know he also was an actor on NCIS?
No.
Last Holiday?
Yes, I remember him in Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
And Deep Blue Sea. So he's done some things. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I think he's done things for culture.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Grab
Are
your
you
chair,
sure
girl.
about this?
2021, inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yes, we do our reporting. We do
Why?
check. Sometimes we do not expand upon on every topic. I will admit we can go a little further, but this is it right here. Per people.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with that, but, you know, he also wrote 4 books, including an autobiography called I Make My Own Rules, and founded his own music label called POG, which stands for Power of God. He's like, look, I brought a bunch of artists up from that label, and it's done so much. He said, quote, every artist that you can name, the biggest billionaire artists, were launched on that label that I launched on. I'm saying this with love. I'm not going to be funny style. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I really sincerely, when I look at the epicenter of what it really is, it's almost unfathomable. LL Cool J. Girl, go off, girl. Like, let it be known that you are GOAT. I don't know if you are the most important rapper of all time.
Yeah, I mean,
I would give that to like Jay-Z, like Lil Wayne, like up there.
I would say Jay-Z and Lil Wayne are maybe a lot more like relevant now versus like LL Cool J was a lot more popular back in the day.
I don't. I just don't hear anybody saying like bring.
Nobody's
bring him
like,
back.
yeah, LL Cool J, you know?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think he's the greatest.
Well,
what did he say? Most important rapper of all time? No.
Well, let's agree with something, and let's talk about our random thoughts of the week. Do you have one for this week? I'm sure you do. I want to be able to agree with you on something today, girl.
Well, I will say this. I was in the gym this morning.
Oh.
And we have a new coach.
Do you like her?
No. Well, I don't dislike her, but she does not like me.
Oh.
And I don't know why.
And you want her to like you.
I'm
Begging
her
for attention.
to just like me, validate me, give me a shout out. She will give me absolutely nothing.
And that's what you do to people
and
sometimes
she will. Yes, I know. But I'm not in the gym. But listen, if people want my attention, then they can work a little harder for my attention.
Oh, so bare minimum works.
No. What I'm saying is I outperform at the gym. So
Just at the gym?
Always.
Oh, just at the gym. Okay.
But so like she ignores me all the time. And even today I was like, okay, I'm fully convinced that she hates me. And so my random thought of the week is like, you need to love everyone at the gym, okay? Because some of us work really hard for your affection and want your like love and validation so bad. And like,
is this only at the gym? You need to like distribute the wealth. Like as a fitness instructor, you need to pay attention to everybody.
I
or
think
like
as
in
the
the
fitness
world?
instructor, you should absolutely, share the love to everybody in the room. So like if Sarah is 5 treadmills down for me and she doesn't run as fast as I do, and she doesn't run as high on inclines as I do, and she doesn't reach the numbers that I do, then like maybe Sarah doesn't get the shout out, and like maybe Zack gets the shout out sometimes because
Maybe.
Sarah is great. And yeah, I have a lot of respect for Sarah, but Sarah is not as fast as Zack. So like let's give Zack a little bit of validation, Like maybe we don't always give it to Sarah. Or, off of the treadmill. Like maybe I get it. Ryan's really cute and Ryan may be cuter than me. But like, Ryan is impressive. But like Ryan doesn't have the endurance that Zack has. So like maybe we don't always validate Ryan. Like I'm just saying.
The only thing we do validate is a man wearing the gray sweatpants like my instructor did the other day. And
Yeah.
girl, we're all here with you.
It's sweatpants season.
Are you done?
I guess.
I like that. Okay, I agree with that. Mine is, okay, so I'm really trying to get up early this week. I'm really trying to be in good habits. I keep getting on my phone lately, and I'm just seeing all these like come organize my pantry with me, restock my fridge with me, watch me clean my heart. I'm like, it fucking looks too perfect. Stop it. Stop making me feel like I do not have a fridge that is delicately and organized as you do with your Yoplait yogurt sitting in the back, all 6 of them, always stocked to the brim, because I am poor and I do not have the time to go through a fridge and organize it with prime drinks and like all these things that you think your kids are going to have, like cheese sticks. I'm a grown man. I don't have time for that. I don't have a mother to pack a lunch. Pack my kids' lunch with me perfectly. And to film that, you know, they were like, this could take me 20 minutes. It's going to take me an hour 41 now because of this filming process.
Yeah. Close CD.
Moms, shout out to you. You make me feel less than you.
Well, but here's the thing too. It's like when you are on social media and that like is your thing, then like you're making money off of organizing your pantries because like you're making money off of your content.
But do I watch it all? Yeah.
Yes, but my point is, like when I first got my first dog and he was a baby, and then I would look at all of the dog training videos on YouTube and TikTok, and then I was looking at the feed all the time, and I'm just like, damn, these bitches got a lot of time to be making all the snacks and be doing all the pads and be buying all the stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds really good, and you look like the perfect dog parent, but also at the same time, like I don't have that kind of time or that kind of money to be buying all these fancy gadgets and stuff that I'm just like. So the pantry cleaner, like that is their job. So like that's why they have all the time in the world to be cleaning the pantries, but also at the same time, it's not the most realistic. So you should be easy. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself.
I know, but I'm being hard on myself because I'm getting up at like 5:30 or 6 now. I'm trying to be like Zack Peter and make a better life. But I'm like, I have this time in the morning. Eat ass. I'm like, I have this time in the world. Like I should do things. No, I just sat on my phone and caught myself with so much free time, and I'm like, get off your damn phone, Andy.
Well, that's why if you wake up an hour earlier, that you have.
That's right. Finger point me in the right direction.
You have that 1 hour to scroll, and then you have that extra hour.
I just like having the time to sit with my coffee and stare out the window, being like, wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to work today?
No, see, I'm up. I take the dogs out. Meditate, prepare for the show for the day, all of that stuff. Like you have to make the morning productive. And even when I'm taking the dogs out, like I make sure that my TikToks are always like very motivational. The tickety talk is very, you know, uplifting and inspirational, like gets your mind right in, you know, a good headspace.
Get it right. Get it right.
Tight.
Get it tight. Off to other things. Watch or skip.
Oh, okay.
I saw you put an Instagram video about this, and I'm ready for the Pop Report edition of this best and worst Christmas movies, because let me tell you,
yes,
I saw some nipple on my Netflix home screen of One Christmas Story that you probably watched.
Some nipple?
Yeah, a shirtless man.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like there was like I was like, well, you need to clarify the nipple.
Yes, you knew what I was getting to.
I didn't. So, that's why I had to clarify the nipple.
If you haven't followed Zack on social, you probably should, because sometimes he posts rants every day, and no one asked for them, but he did it. And then every time he gets on Instagram, he goes,
"You don't ask for them doesn't mean
Mr.
that
Vice
people
President,
don't enjoy
I'm
them."
speaking. As he goes on social, every story he goes, okay, and then you go to the next frame. Okay,
I noticed
and then
that.
the next frame. So I thought about this, and he'll tell you things that you didn't ask for, but you still watch anyway. Your watch or skip for your review, you have the floor, is the best and worst Christmas movies that are currently out. Is it on Netflix?
Yes, on Netflix.
So this is Hot Frosty.
Yes.
What are the other ones?
We'll get into them.
Okay.
But I need to give you the inspiration behind this. So I decided Lindsay Lohan has been doing Christmas movies, and she has a Christmas movie from last year, and she has a Christmas movie this year. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, Lindsay Lohan has a new Christmas movie. I want to see this one. Last year's was okay. This one was actually really good, and it was very cute. And then I was like, you know what? What do I want to watch? John Bonet and Who Killed Her, or a cute Christmas movie?
Katy Perry.
Yeah, Katy Perry. Or a cute Christmas movie. And my heart needed like wholesome, cheesy Christmas movies. So I decided to invest in
My Heart Will Go On, Shania Twain.
My Heart Will Go On. That's not Shania Twain.
I was just trying to roll back what you brought
Celine Dion.
Yeah, cool.
There we go. I learned things on the Pop Report. And I educate people too.
So you like Lindsay's performance?
So, hold on. So, there's Hot Frosty, mm-hmm. which is the new one this year, and that's with Lacey Chabert
mm-hmm.
from Mean Girls. And who else is in it? Oh, the guy from
Ted from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Dustin Mulligan.
There you go. And then there was also Our Little Secret with Lindsay Lohan and Ezra Fritz from Pretty Little Liars. You never watched Pretty Little Liars, did you?
No. You give me Pretty Little Liars energy, though.
And then we have The Merry Gentleman, which is the new Chad Michael Murray movie, and then Britt Robertson's in it as well.
That's the nipple.
Britt Robertson. Did you see this one?
No, I saw the nipple of Chad Michael Murray.
Oh yeah, because his nipples are out there. But so anyway, the best. Well, I haven't seen Hot Frosty. I was gonna try to watch it this morning.
Put that finger
but
down. Put that finger down.
Everybody keeps saying that Hot Frosty is actually really good, and I don't know if they mean like it's actually really good or it's like so bad that it's good.
It's so bad that it's good is what I think it is. I haven't seen any of these, so please don't spoil anything to me or our listeners. But
I'm just gonna tell you what to watch and what
Dustin
to skip.
Mulligan looks so different than he does in Schitt's Creek. That's all I'm
Don't
saying.
like the way he looks now.
Okay.
Thank you. Next. And Lacey Chabert, putting her next to Lindsay Lohan with Lindsay's like new face that looks 22 years old, not fair. Because Lacey Chabert is normally aging very gracefully and looking very beautiful, but then you put her next to Lindsay Lohan and watch what happens live, and I'm just like, now Lindsay made her look like she's a little weathered, but she's not, and she's very funny. But anyway, Lindsay Lohan's new movie, top of my list. Our Little Secret. It's Kristen Chenoweth is in it.
Yes.
And she's like cute and little boppily, and she's like a real mean
Boppily.
mom-in-law.
Monopoly Boppily.
Mm-hmm. It's cute. It's funny. It is
the
cheesy.
moment. Oh.
It is the moment, and Lindsay Lohan looks she looks good promoting it, but because it was before she like touched up her face, but she does look really good in it as well. And she's funny. She's a good comedic actress. And Ezra Fitz, I was not expecting Lindsay Lohan and Ezra Fitz, Katie Heron and Ezra Fitz to like hit it off, but they did hit it off. So I would recommend Lindsay's new movie.
So that's your 30-second pitch for your first movie. I need your 30-second review for your next movie.
Okay. The Merry Gentleman, The Nipple.
The nipple. 30 seconds.
Throw it in the garbage. It is so bad. The story is basically this girl, she's a dancer, and then she gets fired, and so she has to move back home, and then she moves back home, and her parents have a pub, and the pub is going under, so she saves the pub by making all of the hot guys in the town
just happen to work
strippers.
There. Yes.
So all these hot guys, she plucks them all from around the town, and she puts on a strip show, and so they become Christmas dancers, and so that's how she saves her parents' pub.
You still had 5 seconds left.
Trash. Don't watch. It's
4,
so bad unless you want to laugh at it.
3,
Okay.
2. No, what? Nothing else? 1.
No.
Okay.
Don't watch it.
30 seconds for your last review.
Well, actually, these are some old throwbacks. So, like, if you've already seen the new ones, these are my recommendations. The Holiday is great with Emma Roberts because she's just really funny.
Fucking love that one.
It's good.
It's great.
And it's like kind of raunchy and like she's like
Kind
real.
of.
Like it's a good one. So I would recommend The Holiday with Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey, but I don't know who Luke Bracey is. Also, Single All the Way. That's the one with what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge.
Mm-hmm.
It's the gay one. So if you want to support the gays, like this is the one that you watch because it's a gay love story. There's no chemistry between the two main characters, but like the other characters around them, very funny. Like Jennifer Coolidge, she loves the gays. So Single All the Way is a cute one, and you can be progressive by supporting the gays.
Got it.
Holiday is still my number one. Single All the Way is also great. And then the worst Netflix Christmas movie of all time is called Love Hard. And that's with Nina Dobrev.
30 seconds. Hit it.
And also Darren Barnett, which, by the way, he was a guest on No Filter many years ago and he was just coming up, and I was happy to see him in a Netflix Christmas movie. Just not this one because this one was terrible. It's so bad. They tried. So basically the premise of this movie is you don't need the hot guy to win. That the average or
the 8 out of 10.
less ugly, the less hot guy. Well, less than average guys can win too is basically the premise of the movie. And so she has the hot guy, and then she has this guy that's not hot, and he ghosts her, and then she ends up falling in love with the not hot guy, which to me is just not very realistic.
3,
and he's like intentionally not meant to be hot.
2,
it's terrible. It's too woke.
1.
You're not gonna love it.
You know, I didn't get to say anything in all that really much.
Did you see Love Hard?
No, Darren Barnett also was in Monterey when I was there at a music festival. I turned around and he looked at me and I was like, we both LA people here? I think he's from up there. But he's also Never Have I Ever.
Oh, yes.
Great.
On Netflix. Yes.
Yes.
Did you have any Christmas movies on Netflix that you liked or didn't like?
I just watched The Holiday.
You liked Love Hard, didn't you?
I didn't watch it.
I feel like you
I just watched The Holiday for like the first time in forever. So that was
The
fun.
Holiday with Cameron Diaz?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
It's
good
been
one.
a minute.
But that's not a Netflix one. That's like a Christmas classic.
I'm just saying Christmas classics.
You're like,
Great.
let me find a good Christmas classic and pick that one. That's already a good one.
Okay. And then Just Friends.
Oh, I love Just Friends. That's my number one like Christmas. Just Friends. Forgiveness.
You know what I say?
Is more than saying sorry.
We were talking.
It's very Erica
The
Jane.
blows on that one is like, eat a salad, fatty. It's like, get more creative. Like those in the 2000s are like horrible to hear. And now I'm kind of like, bring bullying back. like just subtle bullying. We're like, okay, we know it's not real, like whatever. Like you can be more creative, but I'm kind of like bring bullying back just a little bit.
There's the girl that you've been banging behind my back. Who, me? Not you, Wrinkles. Her.
Yeah. Well, great
So
review.
good.
I like that review from this week.
Thank you.
As far as stuff that we have coming up, we just got a Snow White trailer.
Boring.
I'm fine without it. I didn't think I asked for
I
it.
don't like that girl.
Rachel.
Whoever Snow
Ziegler?
White is. Yeah.
Don't quote me. Look up her name. Look up her name. I don't want to mispronounce or misreport.
Rachel Zegler. What's her name?
Ziegler.
Rachel Zegler?
Yeah.
I don't like her very
Ziegler,
much.
Ziegler. Something. I didn't think we needed a Snow White.
Well, didn't we already get a Snow White?
We've had Snow White, the cartoon.
No, but didn't we already do a live remake of Snow White?
Look it up. I don't want to get the listeners.
Oh, no,
up
that
in
was
this.
Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson.
Emma Roberts. Can you
Difference.
imagine? I would be beautying up that beast.
I guess we haven't had a Snow White live action. Wasn't there supposed to be one called Beast? And it was supposed to focus on the Beast?
You beast.
You beast. How dare you? Well, no,
I think you're confusing it with Bel Air we're getting, which is a 4th season and last season for Peacock.
I don't think I'm confusing them, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, so you're not going to, are you going to watch or skip Snow White?
No, I breezed through it.
But you didn't say, are you going to watch or skip Snow White?
Sorry. My Indian side coming through. I will skip. I think I'm good. I'll see it on streaming. This is more of like a watcher, skip and watch at home.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch it at home.
Bel Air's 4th and final season is happening at Peacock.
Oh, final.
I feel like Bel Air was used as a flagship show to really help drive people to Peacock.
Yeah.
And like because of this, I would call it like a reboot in a way, anthology.
Yeah.
Like because it had some original like Fresh Prince people come on, but because we haven't had like Will Smith or anything, I think it lost the buzz. I didn't even know we're on 4 seasons.
I didn't either. I completely forgot about it after it premiered. But I think it's like they weren't going to be able to like bring in the old Fresh Prince audience because Fresh Prince was like a comedy, right? It was a sitcom. And this was like a more serious, like very dramatic approach towards the story that to me, I didn't think that it was going to resonate with the audience in the same way.
Resonate. Last but not least, we have an Elton John documentary coming out.
Oh, good for him.
So we have that, I think, on December 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right around the corner. And actually goes into our next story outside of Watch or Skip. But I will watch the Elton John documentary. I'd like to see and learn a little bit more.
Oh, that's good. You know who won't be able to watch and see it?
Stop.
Elton John, because he has lost his vision.
The way you segue.
Isn't that great?
That's horrible.
Who will not be watching the Elton John documentary? Elton John.
So he said he had an eye infection.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. He hasn't I wish sometimes the cameras cut for my reactions in live time, but when there's no audio, the camera doesn't cut on the switchboard. He has gotten an eye infection. He said it's hindered his ability to see things. And so he says, going to the studio might happen, might not happen. He doesn't really know. He can't predict. He says he's made the most out of it. So we don't know if his vision's going to get better, but it's been for months. So he accepted an award. He was there at a fundraiser for Devil Wears Prada because he did the score for it. Yeah. And he let everybody know, but you fooled me, Elton John. Those glasses, I would have never known you couldn't see. Or maybe it was
Well, he's always worn the glasses.
I know.
So maybe he's always been blind. No, so
Maybe.
it's his right eye that he got an infection in, and now he can't see out of it, and he's hopeful that maybe they can bring his vision back. And then he said his left eye is just really weak, and like he can't. Well, like me, like my left eye is very weak that I can't really see out of it.
I'm legally blind in my right eye.
Yeah, see, and if if one eye goes out, like the other one, you're screwed, and that's kind of like where he's at. He's screwed, and he can't see.
Did I tell you I failed my DMV eye exam not once, but just the second time lately?
Really?
Yeah. I went and they're like, do you have glasses? I go, yeah, I forgot them at home. And I'm like, fuck. Like,
did you really forget them? You do have glasses.
Yeah, my astigmatism's really high. So I can't, my eye doctor was like, look, if you get impaled in an accident in your left eye, then we'll talk. But she's like, your brain is balancing it out. She's like, at the DMV, they should know this. Like, they're testing eyes. But I've had to go back. I failed twice.
Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah. Anyway, other things in our general news.
Other things, Khloe Kardashian has gone back to therapy. after quitting therapy originally because she said her therapist was leaking things about her marriage to the tabloids.
You know, there's a lot of things I need to be careful with my words, heard about Chloe that I should not also say because I'm like
what? Tell me.
I cannot.
It's just us here.
No. It's just us in a live studio audience. There's just, I mean, these celebrities, you have to remember the camp you have around you, and like people say stuff to their friends, their boyfriends' friends, like whatever, not saying like, you know, any situation in specific, but people's camps get real comfy. And then there's friends of other friends that get involved. And people are like, no one's going to know. It's like, girl, you tell one people it turns into 16.
Yeah.
I've heard it about a lot of celebrities. Chloe, I feel bad for you that you didn't experience this in a friends of friends. You experienced this with their therapist who cashed in.
Yeah.
Or at least she claims, allegedly, which
Yeah.
we don't have that proof, which that therapist would also be without a license.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, I guess she doesn't have proof, but her point is like, I've never shared that detail about my marriage with anybody else except for my therapist at the time. And like the next week, it was in the tabloids.
Yeah, and she said that she actually had Kim's therapist's recommendation. And she said the therapist recommended her to go in 3 times a week, which is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
I'm a every 2 weeks girly. Depends on who you are and what you need, but obviously Chloe's been through a lot.
Yeah.
She also just opened up saying that Rob potentially would come back to the show. She doesn't really know, but obviously he wants his private time. She spends a lot of time with True.
Yeah.
But damn, can you imagine your therapist?
No,
Cashing
I could never
out?
imagine my therapist cashing out, but that's why I don't do therapy. I'm perfect.
There's also times where I'm told things, I'm like, there's no way someone wouldn't not find out this would come back from me. Whether it's news or not, sometimes you're like, am I going to be that girl?
Like, how do you trust your therapist? Like, absolutely, though. Like, that's the part that for me is it's like, but like, can I really trust you? Like, I need to like know you for I need to be doing therapy with you for a few years before I feel like I could really open up to you.
Doing time.
Like, you trust your therapist?
Oh, I love her. I'm obsessed with her. We Zoom. And like, I don't know. We have a connection. I've never met her in person, but we have a connection.
Interesting.
Yeah. What?
Interesting.
And what do you do? Diary?
No, I run.
I write. I run.
I don't journal. I don't do therapy. Like, I just hold it all in and I bottle it and then I lash out at people. Or I entertain myself by creating chaos in other situations around me. That's how I cope. I deflect from the things that are going on in my brain by causing chaos in other people's lives.
You need Jesus. Maybe that's the alternative.
I have Jesus.
Okay.
Jack, do you go to therapy?
Producer
Thank
Jack
you.
said
See?
no.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, Andy needs to pay you more.
Oh. Anyway.
So yeah, Khloe Kardashian is back in therapy. She wants her therapist says that she should be going 3 times a week.
Bryce. And then we also have a Walmart news
Oh
piece.
yeah, this was so cute. Definitely watch and don't skip. So there was a new Walmart commercial that came out where they recreated Gilmore Girls, and so they had Lorelai, Luke, and Kirk all in the holiday promotion together, and so it takes place at Luke's diner, and Lorelai comes in, and she's just like, "Hi, I want coffee, coffee, coffee," and then Luke's like, "Well, I got you something better," and then he got her a coffee machine from Walmart. Oh no, but that would be
sounds
a
like
great
the start of every
porno.
porn.
Yes.
Get ready to get fucked.
But it was very cute, and I think we need another installment of Gilmore Girls, a Year in the Life.
I never watched it.
So good. I loved Gilmore Girls, and I really liked A Year in the Life, and I know some people were very critical of it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, this is obviously the point of a Pop Report, to get you to find new things and learn about more. So if you love, I feel like I sound like an ad. Subscribe. It's a reminder. Leave a review. Oh, we got a couple of reviews and more. I saw that you talked about in our last episode. I was like, damn, girls. Y'all loved Donna.
Yes, we loved Donna.
And y'all loved my poker face of trying to get us back on track when Tweedledee and Tweedledum were going at it.
We were. It's funny. I was catching that in my head, and in my head I kept saying, pull it together. Andy's trying to rail you in. And then I was just like, this
You're
is
like,
too
fuck
fun.
it, he'll figure it out.
It was just too fun.
It was too fun. Well, in our last bit of news in this little courty, our reality news / our couples corner spotlight. We're talking about Nikki Garcia and her divorce. She went on to her podcast and said that she, in a SparkNotes version, has stayed off of social media for her son's privacy, for her own privacy, just because she said that really, and the hurt she was experiencing was what she could best do. We've covered this a bit. Obviously, to start from the beginning, there were incidents of alleged abuse from both sides. There were charges that were then dropped later after a divorce. Private counseling was held. But there's both visitation for both parties available now after the divorce, it seems like. But she, in her time breaking down now, she said, look, things just had not been good. And I had been telling people in the public that it was better than what it actually was. She was putting him on a pedestal. And she's like, I've been through some relationships. She said her son, like, she didn't want, someone else to come in and out, or, a relationship to be impacted of some sort. But it seems that she said, it was just really, really hard for her to like process everything. Am I getting that correct? Or is there anything else like?
No, yeah, she wanted to, protect his privacy. I think she also more so wanted to protect her privacy, but I really respected how she said that a part of the reason she wanted the relationship with Artem to work out wasn't so much just for the public perception. Obviously that was part of it because it was part of their reality show, like their relationship being put out there, and she wanted to make sure they maintain that image. But she said she really was fighting for that relationship for her son, so that way he could still have that family unit, with the three of them together. And then she just realized like she couldn't hold on to this anymore. And it probably was in better interest of her son to be like, listen, this is something that we can walk away from, rather than continue to force something that we don't both want anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to watch parents go through that, especially when you have a child at such a young age. And so I think she did everything she really could, kept it private. She didn't say anything. I think it's different when people look at relationships of a legal breakdown and like, I want privacy. And it's like, no. Like, you have been putting this relationship in front of us. It's different from like a Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I think a lot of responses from people were, look, like, you've given us what you need to of this relationship in your eyes of like what you want to come to the surface. But other couples, like, they want to, I don't want to say like show every aspect of the relationship, but when divorce and breakups happen, people are like, you've shown me everything. I want to also know everything about this. So I think this worked out hopefully well for both of them, and hopefully they both can navigate their lives going forward.
Yeah. I'm glad that the legal woes of their divorce have been settled now that the divorce has been finalized.
But the legal woes are picking up in our podcast.
That they are.
We have two things.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.com. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so a while ago we talked about this on the podcast. I don't know if you remember, but on the Mattel toys for Wicked, you've obviously seen like a lot of promos. You've seen a lot of products.
Oh yeah, and it was the porn site.
Yes, Wicked.com actually goes to a porn site, and so it was supposed to be WickedMovie.com, and Mattel was like, "Look, we intended it to be to the movie," and it's like, "No shit." Like, I think that we all were intending that, but a class action lawsuit has actually come up because of this, where a mother is putting this together and is putting this class action lawsuit saying her daughter is scarred emotionally from the situation.
Oh my God.
And so she's like,
Wicked.com is having a Black Friday sale.
Good for them. I'm not emotionally distressed by a Black Friday sale, but are you on Wicked.com now?
Yeah, $5 a month. Versus the regular $19.95. Wow, that's a big mega sale.
Well, mother, we will expect your class action lawsuit after Black Friday.
Look at Kenzie Loves Girls. The talk of the town before the bad.
This sounds all like your Netflix like reviews at this point.
Oh, Stormy Daniels.
Okay, off to the next thing. Something that you can comment on that's not porn related.
Okay.
You've obviously broken this down on social a little bit, but we have to cover some other Bravo news on here. There is something about her legal woe going down as well. And hot take from me, I'm not the Bravo guy as much. I feel like I haven't seen something about her pop off that much.
It's not. It's really not. Like,
has it been open?
Yeah. I'll take you one of these days.
I remember you going to the opening.
No, I didn't go to
the day after or something, and it was like busy. But like I haven't seen much hype about it since.
No. Here's the thing: the show's not on the air, and with a lot of these shows, like Schwartz and Sandy's, the Toms just announced that they were closing that down, which I, assumed was related to the announcement that the Vanderpump Rules cast was being completely rebooted for the next season. And that's the thing, like when the shows aren't on the air, you don't have that promotion, and so it's just not as interesting.
No.
And so I think something about her had its moment, especially when it first opened, because everybody wanted to rally behind Ariana because she got cheated on, and like everybody really liked her. And so, now it's kind of dying down. The hype is dying down, and people aren't as interested in going to something about her, because at the end of the day, so they had this chef Penny, and she'd parted ways, and we'll get into the legal aspect of it, but Penny made a really good statement when something about her first opened, because Penny is a chef, and part of her role in coming onto the restaurant or sandwich shop was to help curate sandwiches that are exceptional.
She was deemed as the CEO, and what was the other title?
Chief Operating Officer and Director of Culinary, I believe.
Love.
And so she designed these really incredible sandwiches that we saw on the show. And then Penny parted ways, and I believe now the sandwiches are outsourced. And so the sandwiches get delivered, and then they sell those sandwiches throughout the day.
So like Starbucks.
Kind of.
Got it.
Which not the best. I mean, I understand like the demand at the beginning was so high that like, they needed somebody to bring the supply of sandwiches. But I think Penny made a really good point of like the sandwiches aren't exceptional. I've been there, and I will say the sandwich that I had was pretty mediocre. Like it wasn't anything great. Like it was fine, And so I think and even the sandwich, they have like a BLT, a tuna melt. Like to me, those they can be good, but there's nothing exceptional about them,
Yeah.
And so
what's the price point?
Like 14 plus, like $14 to $18 per sandwich.
That's pretty up there for a sandwich. That's
and it's just a sandwich. You don't get a side of chips or a side of fries or a side of anything. It's just the sandwich. You have to buy the chips
there's
separately.
Definitely something about her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Something about her prices, but something about her sandwiches are mediocre.
Something about her deli
and
meat.
It's tiny. Something about her down. Something about that bologna. Something about Katie Maloney's bologna.
No.
And it's also like small. It's a cute spot, but like where it's at, and I'm sure the rent that they have to pay for that space, it's not going to last, unfortunately. And I don't say that because I wish them badly. I just don't think realistically it's going to last.
It's hard. Also, rent prices are nuts in LA for like any business, and the streets it's on. And it's near a prominent spot of Melrose and also the gay bars.
Yeah. And like nobody in that area is going for a sandwich. They're going to hit the gay bars. If they want a nice lunch, they're going to go to Bottega Louie.
And the parking is hard. It's not as easy to say, I want to get a sandwich.
Yeah. They can go to Bottega Louie if they want a nice lunch, or they can go to Chiconi's across the street, or they can go to Sir. Like the sandwiches, like it's just a sandwich, and it's not,
it's just a sandwich. That should have been the.
Yeah. But so anyway, Chef Penny is now suing Katie and Ariana, because she's saying, I was supposed to be the CEO, I was supposed to be the director of culinary, and I was entitled to, because I was helping you build this business, which I've done several times, and you've never done this before. She's, built a lot of successful culinary businesses, Chef Penny, and she was looking to be a partner in something about her. And so she was going to be a more minor partner. She was only looking to take 10%, whereas Ariana and Katie would keep they would be the majority partners. And she says that they agreed to give her 10% of all of the profits, not just from the sandwich shop, but everything from the something about her business. So merch lines, she says merch and fashion as if they're two different things, but I mean, it's all merch altogether. She says like future properties that they would invest in, or future deals. That's something that she would want to make sure that she was a part of and was profiting off of that 10% as well, in addition to the salary that she would have been paid, which was a starting rate of $7,500 per month.
I remember that.
And then would go up to $10,000 per month.
And that didn't happen.
And none of that happened. They let her go very early on, because like before it even opened, because I guess they weren't in agreement that they wanted to give her a portion of the business, or they were saying like, listen, we said that we would give you a portion of this sandwich shop, so you get 10% of any of this shop, but the business itself is not yours. You don't get to continue on with any of the other businesses. And her argument was like, well, I'm the one that filed the trademark, and I'm the one that was handling like the business side of things. And so they were like, yeah, but
are you filing on behalf of somebody or filing for yourself? Because that's
Well, she was filing for them collectively because she was
As a
under the
group.
impression that they were partners together.
That might legally put it as if it's on her name with the trademark.
It is. And that's what she's kind of fighting on. But the interesting piece is Penny was involved and doing all of this before Scandival broke.
Love.
Scandival breaks and sets them up to be huge, right?
Right.
And so they ended up, before the sandwich shop even opened, they ended up launching a merch store. And that merch store made a lot of money because everybody wanted to support Katie and Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that merch store, they did not want to pay her 10%. And so she's like, wait a minute, I'm entitled to that 10% because something about her is my business too. And they're like,
something
no,
about her
it's not.
money.
They said, it's not your business, it's our business, and we were hiring you. So they've been in negotiations for several months. They have not been able to reach a settlement agreement. And so now it's moving forward to trial, and trial is currently set for March 2026.
Thank you for that legal rundown. I am tired not listening, hearing that. Like, that was a big... Over sandwiches.
Over sandwiches. Over 10% of sandwiches.
Girl, well, obviously, if you like the Pop Report,
But
you
also
like something
that
about
salary, $10,000 a month.
it's not a lot in LA market.
If that's just one of your
If that's one of
your side hustles, like just an extra load.
Depends how many
10K.
hours. Yeah. Well, Zachary, we did it again.
We did.
We obviously, like we said earlier, have a giveaway going on our Instagram. So be sure to follow on Instagram so you can see what the contest rules are, so you can have a chance to win.
Yes.
But wow, we're almost near the end of the year. What a year!
I know. We only have one studio booking left, and then we're taking a break for the holidays. Home for the holidays. We're home for the holidays.
We're homo for the holidays.
So yeah,
with our gym crushes.
Yeah.
Our at-home gym crushes, or as Zach said, at Orange Theory.
At Orange Theory.
When you're here, you're not given attention by your instructor.
Made it through the roster at Orange Theory. There are several people that I have slept with now at Orange Theory.
That's where I leave. This has been fun. Thank you so much. And we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye. See you at Orange Theory.